I've built over a dozen businesses from scratch, with 3 generating millions in revenue every year. One of my businesses, a publishing company that I eventually sold, well, that business grew to have offices in 17 cities. Today, I'm a business coach. I'm a content creator. I've got 2 YouTube channels. I also create online courses, and I am still always an entrepreneur. The lessons that I've learned along the way, over the years, the lessons that I've learned, I'm convinced, well, I think those lessons could basically fill a library. And one of the most valuable lessons that I've learned is that if your business, or let's just say a side hustle, if it's not growing as fast as it should, well, you could be making a very common mistake. And what I want to do in this video is I want to tell you how to avoid this mistake so that your business has a better chance of taking off. Now, what I know is that many new entrepreneurs, I'd say almost most of them, get caught up in the excitement of scaling their business. And they do this, they get caught up in the excitement before they've even proven that they've got a solid business model. And I see this all the time. And truthfully, if truth be told, I fell into this trap myself early on in my career, especially after hearing some superstar business owners talk about how they created multiple revenue streams. I figured I could do it too. But I quickly learned that trying to do it all can be a distraction. And ultimately, what it means is you're not taking full advantage of the opportunity that you have in front of you. My real breakthrough came when I decided to focus completely on building one revenue stream until it truly worked. And that first revenue stream, well, it was my first business-to-business magazine, which, as I said in the opening, grew into a chain of business-to-business magazine with offices in 17 cities. You know, I poured everything into perfecting that first magazine, the processes. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it right before I expanded into other locations. And I did this before I jumped into other income-producing ideas, other revenue streams, like I wanted to do business events. I wanted to launch a business event business, but I didn't do that. I didn't launch that event business until I perfected my magazine business. And when I launched that event business, it quickly took off, and it generated hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it generated this money every month. But here's the thing. I do know I would not have succeeded with events if I hadn't first put in the work to grow my magazine business. Now, through that experience, I got to know my audience's needs, and I got to know their concerns, and I got to know it inside out. And this allowed me to create other products, other revenue-generating products, other revenue streams that these customers, my customers, actually wanted and would gladly pay for. Only when you're confident your first revenue stream is humming along is when you launch a second revenue stream. And at that point, you're going to be able to leverage the lessons that you've learned. And this is exactly what I did to launch successful revenue streams. I learned what my audience truly valued in my first business. I also learned how to create and market products effectively. I learned how to set the right pricing. I learned how to find that sweet spot when it comes to charging a customer for your product or service. But one thing else that was very important is I learned how to create an efficient system. I learned the processes that made scaling and expanding much smoother. Now I'm going to repeat myself, and I'm going to say this again. Only after I had a profitable, proven system in place did I consider expanding into other revenue streams. And it was a lesson that I learned. It was a very valuable lesson that I learned. But this patient, methodical approach, it meant that each new venture had a strong foundation built on real experience and success. Well, that is all I have for you today. I hope that you found this tip helpful. I do know that for many entrepreneurs, many folks, the real reason their side hustle isn't growing as fast as it could be is because they're trying to do too much. Now, if you want more tips like this, more tips about starting a side hustle or building a successful business, well, then subscribe to Side Hustle Rules. Also, if you are about to begin that side hustle journey, you're getting ready to take off, you want to get your business rolling, then you're going to want my free side hustle starter kit. There's a link to my kit in the description box of this video. Well, as I always say, have a great day and go make yourself some money. Come on!